Mr. Ivy, are you doing this presentation? Are you doing this presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, come on up.
Thank you. I apologize. I thought we followed down on the agenda. Greetings to council, to the whole entire body, chairman, administrator, Mixon. Thank you for this opportunity. We are here, as we normally try and come before you, just to report and give you a report card on what Midlands Fatherhood Coalition has performed, helping fathers and families throughout our community, our county, our city. It's important that fathers have an opportunity to grow, and we've been able to give them an opportunity to thrive in spite of the situations that they face and the circumstances. We have seen fathers that have fallen behind in child support, that have been falling in that vicious cycle of recidivism, and we've kind of come in and helped out by way of our partnership with the family court system, as well as the detention center, probation, part of parole, and the other entities in our county. So we want to just kind of show you from your support what you've done to help us, help our residents in this county, just kind of show you what has transpired over the last year. I brought my data coordinator with me, who's going to kind of give you a glimpse of our data, our statistics, numbers, how many we've served, and how much money we potentially have saved the county and the city. So I want to bring up Mr. Andrew Carlson, all the way from the great state of Lexington County.
I made a special trip this for you.
Andrew, what's your last name?
Coston, C-O-S-T-O-N, Boston with a C. So we just want to go through a couple things and just, if you don't know, we've been in Sumter since 2016. I think we started at this office mostly because of Mr. Ivy. He wanted to bring our services to the great city of Sumter. And since then, I mean, we've had plenty of success. And I know most of you know who we are already, but if you don't, we are a holistic program. So we take a father where he is and we try to get him to where he wants to be. Even if it is kicking and screaming. We'll take him there, we'll get him what he needs, whether it be a job or getting to see his kids more often or getting him back on track with paying his child support or keeping him out of jail. We try to provide everything a man can need to be the best father he can be. And I think if you look at our data, it will show it. But just a brief overview. So we focus on four main components. First one being healthy relationships. So bettering the relationships of the parents themselves. And then next is parenting and economic mobility. Lastly, we focus on the health of the man himself. So these kind of four aspects we really feel kind of help well round the men that come into our programs. And by focusing on these things, you can lead a better legacy for your children. I've had my children since starting work in this program, and I was lucky enough to at least have all of this before I had kids. So I saw men walking through and coming and needing different services, and it really helped me define what kind of dad I want to be. And I think I'm a pretty good one. So I can owe that, at least in part, to our program. A couple of different dad facts for you. That children are 40% more likely to earn A's in schools and 33% less likely to repeat a grade than those without engaged fathers in the home. That in early childhood, engaged fathers influence development and self-esteem, risk-taking, and cognitive function. Adolescents and teens are likely to stay in school, go to college, and excel in career and economic achievements if they have their father in the home. An engaged dad equals mental health. Scholars know that boys and girls who grow up with an involved father, as well as an involved mother, enjoy elevated levels of physical and mental health, become better problem solvers, and are more confident and empathetic, which I think we can all agree we all need more of. An engaged dad equals economic stability. When dad is present, economic stability is more likely for children and families. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, children from absent father homes are 3 times more likely to be living in poverty. And an engaged dad equals safer communities. So fathers play a vital role in creating significantly safer neighborhoods, crime rates, and violent crimes to criminal mischief are markedly lower in communities with engaged dads than those with high father absence. And I think you can definitely see that in some of our own communities. So my favorite part, numbers. Not everybody's favorite, my favorite though. So, and this is numbers from 2018 to present, so just the past 5 years, we've had 345 fathers either gain employment or get a better paying job through our program. And 228 that have come into our program saying they want some sort of job skills training have gotten job skills training. So that leads to better career, more career focus, and a better paying job to help support their families. In family outcomes, we've had 284 report that they spent more time with their kids. And those are 284 fathers that came in either not seeing their kids at all or not seeing their kids enough. So that's, I think, a pretty good metric as to how we do our work. 260 have improved their relationship with the mother. And again, there's 260 that said they had a neutral or worse relationship with the mother when they came in. And this, I think, is probably one of my favorite numbers to look at. So we've had 88 participants since 2019 come to us from DSS. Out of those 88, 73 either kept their kids in the home because of our program or got their kids back into their home, which is an 83% success rate, which I think is pretty cool. So total number of participants since 2018, 897 fathers have come through our program. And that leads to 2,222 children in your community that have been positively impacted. Again, I think these are pretty clear numbers as to what we do. Now I know everybody's favorite topic is money and how much child support we've gotten paid and how much money we've saved to the county. So total number of child support paid since 2018, $519,762. And as part of our program, like Keith had mentioned earlier, we are an alternative to incarceration. So instead of sending somebody to jail for child support, they send them to us so we can actually help them. And through that, we've saved the county $3,188,160 in incarceration costs. And some of the things we've done over the past year, we've got a new grant with SC2. It's the Connections Point grant. So it allowed us to get new computers for our offices that anybody off the street can come in and use for job searches, resume development, really anything business-wise. And we have a new partnership with Morris College that we can use those computers for to do online job skills training and certificate programs. And the last thing was we completed a new Dad's Den for everybody that comes through our program for them to come enjoy. This is where we have our group sessions, but this is also where they can bring their kids, read them books, and we have activities up there. It's a really nice space. If you haven't come by, please, we're right across the street. And I would urge you to come and see the space. It's very, very nice. And that is all I have for you today.
Can you explain maybe how many or where the participants come from, or what percentage of them come from non-child support payments? Where do you get the rest of them?
Well, they usually come from 3 different places. So it's either court, or DSS, or it's somebody off the street. So we get a few people from just word of mouth. So we do something for somebody in the community, they go back, they tell their friends, and then they bring people in. That's happened on more than one occasion.
And we also receive referrals from the solicitor's office. We've been, in the last several years, we've gotten a great partnership with the solicitor's office, being able to provide services and those referrals to us to help the sentencing guidelines with, doing certain funky little cases that they need help with. They call us to help with a guy who needs services that are similar to what, may help offset sentencing.
Sure. In your experience, what is the main reason that fathers fathers are not connecting with their children?
It's varied. I would say a history of not having a father and having multiple children without having that model, what a father looks like, makes a big, there's a big gap in rearing the children. They haven't seen what a father looks like. That's one. I would say some fathers have had children with a young lady, but they never got married, and that the breakup caused friction between the relationship, and the mother, for whatever reason, withholds the child. That's why they come to us on certain occasions to help with visitation rights, getting a visitation hearing, so that they're able to see their children. They may be paying child support, but for whatever reason, the caregiver may not want him to see his child. And those are two different reasons. There's so many different. Then we have fathers who really don't understand their purpose, to be frank with you. And they can't understand why they're in a rut, and it's because they haven't taken time to take care of their children. And that's where we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. Because if you don't take care of your children that didn't ask to be here, then you're going to pay the consequences of that. So we don't mince our words. We hold them accountable, whether we get a report, whether they come in as a walk-in. We like to tell them the truth, whether it hurts or not, because fathers matter. And if you're not present, that child is like going outside with blindfold on. That child doesn't know how to react or make good decisions without having that father engaged.
And then in terms of job placement, generally, what kinds of job placement have you been able to have some success with? Because I know it's a tough economy and wages are not where they should be, which is a deterrent, not only for a lot of fathers, but just a lot of people in general. So how do you square that?
When our fathers come in our program, we do an assessment to see what their education is. We'll see what their job skills look like. And if there's a void to job skills or void to education, we encourage them to enter adult ed to get their GED or high school diploma. We also encourage them, now that we have this partnership with Morris College, we have that the grant that we received from the United Way out of Columbia. It will pay for a father to go on and do micro-credentialing courses online, which will help give them a skill or trade to help them better access into the workplace. Because if you go to an employer and you don't have anything to offer, it's tough. So some of our guys come to us on zero. And if we can help them find a job, let's just say Pilgrim's Pride, who is now, they have the union. They pay a little bit more than certain jobs, but it's a start for them. And then some guys who don't have anything, we're just trying to help them get some sort of income through a McDonald's or a restaurant for a start, so that we can put them on wage withholding. That way, that wage withholding can pay the child support. So we find certain ways. It just varies on the guys, what they offer, how we can fit them into a puzzle, and then create a one-man plan to help them see better as a career.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Chairman, I want to commend you in your organization for the outstanding job that you guys are doing in bringing fathers together and connecting with their children. This is something that we've worked on for so many years, and to see what you are doing and your success, I greatly appreciate that, because your organization is making a difference. Let me ask this one question, because I encountered this during my years of working in the social field. Parenting skills. Are you providing parenting skills? Because words that are being said, I know one of the worst things we used to get is when mother and father were separated. One of the things that a mother would say is that you're going to be no good like your father, And so we had to work through that. Do you see that, and how are you working with that?
We see that in cases. it's a case-by-case basis. I would say the best scenario for us is the curriculum. Our curriculum has, parenting, health and relationships, economic mobility, and health for fathers. So in that parenting piece, it's 6 weeks. So in those 6 weeks, every week is a different topic that touches on, what is a provider in the household? Because some of our fathers don't know because of the environment they came from. So we have to re-educate our fathers in certain manners. Where they're weak, we kind of lift them up, encourage them, and then help them to, after the session, have that one-on-one conversation with them. Because we know men don't like to talk. We don't talk about meaningful things, but that's their safe space to have those to pour out where they're hurt. So yes, parenting. We also bring in our partners from DSS and other agencies to harp on certain topics that would really hit close to home. Yes, sir.
And again, thank you for what you guys do.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your support, and we will continue to do this as long as we can.
Thanks, Keith.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Come now to committee reports. Public Safety Committee meeting held today. Mr. Washington, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Public Safety Committee meeting today centered on litter, particularly in rural areas. Let me quickly say we've made some strides in the litter campaign, but there's still some areas that we need to address, particularly in the rural areas where we have recycling areas. And we took testimony from several residents about that. And I think the intent of council is to resolve that issue. So we had an honest conversation about some of those areas. And just so the rest of us can kind of see where we're going with this, because we may be making some budget adjustments to address this issue, because it is a quality of life issue. It's a basic services issue. Ms. Glennon, could you walk us through?
Sorry, just a second.
And the pictures you're about to see are in District 1, which is the district that I proudly represent. I see several of my constituents out here tonight. Thank you for being here. I've had many conversations with these good folks and others. And they are happy that council is taking the time to look at what's going on in the rural areas. And I don't want to speak for any other council members, but the council members that represent rural areas have expressed to me that they're experiencing the same things. And so I'm going to quickly walk you through the pictures. What you see here is on John Franklin Road, which is right behind Shaw Air Force Base, and we know how important Shaw Air Force Base is to our community. Someone decided to leave a recliner for us to pick up, bags of trash, mattress, another mattress, bin of trash, trash hidden under brush, some other furniture, more household items, mattresses, and so forth, and then just entire mattresses, box springs, and so forth. And this is John Franklin Road, which is a county road, and some people just dump their bags of trash. You see a TV there without the screen. Now we're on Kane Savannah Road, which is a major thoroughfare. And here we go in the ditches, bags of trash. Somebody bagged that trash and left it, of course, as you could see. Someone decided to leave a toilet in the ditch. Now that was intentional. You don't just, a toilet doesn't just fly off your truck, right? And as you can see, there's litter down the highway. Looks like the back of a TV and some other items there right before the tunnel. Again, same thing, we're still on King Savannah. Now we're on Highway 521, right below Mount Pisgah Baptist Church. And this is a walking video because it extends north toward Kershaw. And while you're looking at this video, I should also tell you that our county administrator and our public utilities director have actually brought on a company that is addressing some of these things. We're going to need your help as well. This is at the doorstep of where you come into Sumter County from Kershaw County in Rimmer. And this is not what we want people to see as they enter our county. When they see things like this, they don't want to relocate their families here. They don't want to relocate their businesses here or send their kids to our schools. We have instituted some very aggressive measures. We've added another litter officer. The litter officers are writing $1,000 tickets. I think they can go up to 2,000, Mr. Administrator, is that right?
Okay, yes, sir.
They can actually go up to 2,000. And they're writing the tickets. When they find these bags of trash, they go through them. They look for a light bill, a phone bill, something of that nature, and then they show up at their house. And they write the ticket. Subsequent to that, they have to appear in court, and the magistrate generally assigns to them, in addition to the ticket, 8 to 16 hours on the highway. So sometimes you'll see 1 or 2 individuals picking up trash. That's what they're doing. You could be helpful as well. If you see somebody littering, say something. You can be anonymous. You can send it to me. If you have a video of it, send it to me. We'd appreciate that. But our plan, our discussion is to ramp up our efforts in this regard, but we're also going to need your help in identifying people, your help in talking to your neighbors and your friends about it. It's a problem that we just absolutely have to address. Again, this is 521. This particular portion of 521 is near a hunting site, the entrance of a hunting site, and also a creek where people sort of pull on the side of the road and fish. Don't know that that has anything to do with it, but it's right near Mount Pisgah Baptist Church, but right before you get into the heart of Rimmer. And as you can see, it's pretty significant. Let me also say that I fully support our public works director. She does an excellent job. We're going to have to get her some more help. But this is what we're dealing with as our constituents, our neighbors. You should know that we're aware of it. We plan to address it, and we're asking for your help and your patience on this matter. This is Days Road, which is right near a recycling center, and as you can see, we have the same thing here. What's unusual about Days Road is that the residents on Days Road, they frequently pick up the trash. You drive down Days Road and you see them out there picking up the trash. So this is something being done continuously. And the reason I know that is because I've been out there when they've been picking up the trash. So I know it's being done. Lots of beer cans, lots of paper plates, lots of alcohol bottles, and so forth. But this is not how our parents raised us, and this is not how we need to conduct ourselves